Welcome to the Fantasy Cheat Sheet. We're going another round of rankings for the NFL draft coming up. Once again, this is fantasy rankings, okay? Probably be a little bit different than just your standard rankings of who's good, who's not. But what we're looking for is those championship belts you win in your fantasy drafts and your fantasy leagues. We're doing running backs today, 10 of them. Starting at number 10, right off the bat, we got the little man, Deuce Vaughn out of Kansas State. I've been in love with this player since the first time I seen him play. I think his sophomore year he started getting touches. He's 5'6". Let me say that again. He is 5'6". Unbelievable quickness, unbelievable mentality out there. He plays much bigger, but he is 5'6". That is why he's number 10. If he was 5'10", he'd be much higher on this list. But I think he's got a lot of Darren Sproles in him, for those of you that remember him. He's going to be able to catch the ball out of the backfield. He's going to be able to do jet sweeps. I like Deuce Vaughn, but he is my number 10. At number 9, out of Syracuse, we got Sean Tucker. This guy's been putting up 12 to 1,500 yards the last 3 years. Not much productivity in the receiving end out of the backfield, but I like to say he is like a poor man's Jonathan Taylor. Not quite as fast and dynamic, but that's the style you're going to get. One cut, find the hole, and get to the second level type running back with Sean Tucker. And the production is great. Not a lot of ball security issues either with him. At number 8, we got Kendre Miller out of TCU. This guy came on the scene this year when Zach Evans transferred to Ole Miss and he became the bell cow down in TCU. Exploded on the scene with production. I don't know his touchdowns off the top of my head, but I think he approached 20, like 18 touchdowns I think he had this year. Just fantastic. Unfortunately, he got hurt in that championship game and wasn't able to play in the playoffs. But Kendre Miller is a stud. And just with the 1-year production, it shouldn't scare you. Not a lot of tread on those tires for him. Number 7, this guy does have the tread on the tires, but his name says it all. Tank Bigsby out of Auburn. He's led the SEC the last 2 years in rushing yards. Now, it's not the rushing conference that the Big Ten is, but he's put in the work. Auburn with a run-heavy offense. He's got the touches. Not a lot of production out of the backfield as a receiver till this season, and he put up 30 receptions, which that's going to keep him on the field for 3 downs in the NFL. He can block, and he can also show he's got some receiving skills. So really, I think this could be a 3-down back out of this draft. Number 6, I'm really high on this guy in the sense of upside, but small school, 0 production receiving, Dwayne McBride out of UAB. This dude is an absolute terror coming through the hole. Size, strength, speed. His highlight tape, for those that haven't seen it, is well worth a watch. Both last year and this season down at UAB. But his catch total of his 3 years is, I think, under 10 receptions. It's like 7 catches in 3 seasons. Basically, there's 0 chance this guy's going to be a 3-down back in the NFL, but he's going to get touches. They're probably going to be manufactured touches to use his speed, but he's going to be productive in per touch. He's just not ever going to be a 3-down back, I don't think, unless drastically improves out of the backfield. Number 4, 2 months ago, this guy was probably number 2 on my list, but Devin Achane out of Texas A&M, he is just an absolute rocket ship everywhere on the field. He's a track runner at Texas A&M. You can see it. When he touches the ball, it can go to the end zone at any point. Problem is size, once again, not quite as bad as Deuce Vaughn, but we're talking a sub 200-pound running back. He's just not going to be a 3-down back. He's going to be a gadget type guy. But this is pre-draft we're talking here. Depending on his landing spot, is going to really determine what production you're going to see out of him in his first couple years. Hopefully he'll go somewhere like, I'm just throwing it out there, Denver with Sean Payton being the 1-2 punch with Williams there. That could be just a fantastic type situation with a creative mind like Sean Payton. So we'll see. But his upside is fantastic. Just some question marks on the availability of a 3-down. Number 3, this guy has no questions about a 3-down. He led Michigan his freshman year before transferring to UCLA and being an absolute stud for Chip Kelly. I had him as my number 10 running back last year when I thought he was going to come out of the draft come out. And then when he went back, I thought it was a dumb mistake just because as a running back, injuries, losing draft capital, he only improved it. He's number 3 this year. He does everything. He blocks on third down. He can come out of the backfield and catch. He pretty much at his pro day only did receiving drills, which was very interesting. And I think he just wanted to show everybody his capability as a receiver out of the backfield. But he's an absolute beast, 215, 220 pounds, 6'2", animal. I mean, this guy has it all, and he's going to be in the league for a long time. Number 2, very fun player out of Alabama, Jahmyr Gibbs. There's a lot of comparisons for Alvin Kamara. I think he's bigger than Alvin Kamara and not quite as shifty. When he comes out of the backfield, Kamara, and runs a choice route, I mean, you can't tell if he's a wide receiver or a running back. And just there's not many people like that. I don't quite see that from Gibbs, but I see more power running through the middle. I see just a little bit different skill set. I love the Kamara if he could reach that production, but he's just a little bit different player than him. So good thing to shoot for him, but just I think he's a little more powerful than Kamara. I love him though. Gibbs is probably the number 2. If our number 1 is 1-1 for your draft, Gibbs is probably going to end up being number 2 in your dynasty draft. And number 1, no shocker, out of Texas, absolute stud, Bijan Robinson, B-Rob as his friends call him, I think back in Texas. This guy's an absolute stud, easy number 1. He would have been number 1 last year if he was able to come out. He couldn't. He's a true junior, never redshirted, just produced for 3 years in Texas, and this guy does it all. If you have the number 1 pick in your dynasty, thank your stars that you got a stud running back coming your way. And if you choose not to take him, you might be an idiot because this guy is going to be an absolute 10-year producer. Well, that's running back. 8-year, let's be honest. 8-year producer at the running back level. So that's my top 10 guys. Hopefully maybe 1 or 2 snuck in there that you didn't know about or maybe didn't think as highly of. This is one of the best running back drafts to come out in 10 years. There really is. I'm doing my rankings. I'm pushing 25 draftable running backs for the dynasty people out there. 25 draftable. We're usually at about 15. This year is special. So that's my running backs, guys. More to come. If you like what you're hearing, hit the like button or subscribe. Send questions. I will be doing a question and answer down the road. But looking forward to just moving forward with this NFL draft and all the stuff around it. Take care, guys. See you soon.